One key thing is actually critical ahead of the National Sports Festival. Now, Rear Admiral Festus Pobeni, president of the Nigerian Rowing Canoeing and Sailing Federation, has called for the inclusion of all Olympic sports in the upcoming National Sports Festival in Ogun State. He expressed disappointment that water sports like rowing and canoeing, despite international success and Olympic relevance, are excluded from the festival. Nigeria currently ranks 8th globally and 1st in Africa in canoeing, with athletes like Ayomide Bello securing Olympic qualification. Under Pobeni's leadership, the Federation developed local talent and equipment to international standards. Now, joining us to talk about this issue is Rear Admiral Festus Pobeni himself. Good afternoon to you, sir. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good afternoon.
All right, sir. I mean, let's look at the situation of things at hand. The 22nd National Sports Festival is coming up in the month of May, and sports have been put as some sports have been put as optional sports. Some are sports that would go down at the festival, and water sports have been excluded and replaced as optional sports. Why do you believe? What do you make of this, first of all, and why do you also think that water sports like rowing, canoeing, and sailing should be included in this particular sports festival and other sports festivals that to come?
I'm really disappointed, very, very disappointed that rowing, canoeing is not in the Olympics. That's in Olympics. It's not in National Sports Festival. Because National Sports Festival is our internal Olympic. That's where we discover talents. And for it not to be in this sports festival is very, very pathetic. And it's based on research. They're scared of losing a competition, losing a right or something, because they build on the host to win. So they remove canoeing and rowing.
All right, let's look at this critically now. From your federation, what are the steps that your federation has taken to ensure that this would have been pushed until it happened? I know there was a meeting a week ago in Abeokuta where some sports were deliberated upon. What did your federation do to instill that this should not happen in terms of the exclusion of the sport or of the federation sport from the National Sports Festival?
I personally spoke to the bookie, the DJ, to ensure that this sport can be taken. Honestly, I feel so sad. I've done all what I can do. First, they say when we have no boats, I make sure we get boats. We have Olympic boats made and donated to us and made in Nigeria. And we still don't know why people are so scared. I mean, it's unfortunate that we think of hosting and winning alone as the criteria for this festival. This festival is to discover talent, not necessarily for winning alone. Taking part is most important thing. We all pray that the people see that Olympic of Nigeria, which is National Sports Festival, is hosting all the sport that is hostable. The Olympic Games, not only games that you can win.
All right. I mean, since before now, we used to have the sports ministry, in Nigeria, and then from the sports ministry, it was scrapped under this administration. We now have the National Sports Commission, whereby we have currently the DG and the chairman who are technocrats when it comes to the world of sports. What does this mean for Nigerian sports? Knowing fully well that at the National Sports Festival, we have Olympic sports that are not part of the festival. For instance, rugby is also an optional sport that was placed as an optional sport, and we know that rugby is in the Olympics. I mean, we had interesting time at the last Olympics in 2024 in Paris. What does this mean for sports in general in Nigeria? Having a National Sports Festival, Nigeria's Olympics are not getting to have sports that also feature at the global event in Nigeria.
It really shows like a attitude of administrators. Because if a sport is an Olympic, it should be held at National Sports Festival because it's an Olympic sport. You should do it. Not because they are being scared that if I put that sport, I cannot win this National Sports Festival. That's only the problem they are facing, that they don't win national, they want to win, host and win. That's all the problem. So that it did not eliminate sports they're not strong in, which is unacceptable. Should be compulsory for people. Olympic sports should be compulsory. Also, if you want to host it, you won't be able to host that. If you can't host it, don't say for hosting this National Sports Festival when you cannot host it.
All right. Okay. Go on, sir. Go on, sir.
You go on, please. Okay. You see, I just feel so sad that I developed this sport from nothing to what it is now. That in African games, we are number one. African sports, we won 4 gold medals in Morocco. But after that, Ghana didn't include it, and so we couldn't go there again. But you see, how do you develop talent when states don't host the game in their festival? It's so sad, and I just feel that I spoke to the DG, and I hope that we're going to see to it later in other sports.
All right, my guest also, Okolo Adibari, has a question for you, I guess.
Yes, Mr. Festus, first of all, I think I should commend you on the work that you've done so far with the Federation and where you've taken it up to at this moment. But if we're being honest right now, and we say that canoeing or rowing is now part of the National Sports Festival, what will be the representational level, in the competition? Are we going to be able to get athletes from each and every state to be able to represent their state in canoeing? I think that's the first question I would want to ask. And then the second question is, in terms of the development of the sport, what measures are being put into place for Nigeria to become competitive at the Olympics at canoeing and rowing?
Well, first of all, if it's a sports festival, I can get at least 15 states that I can promise you will be available. People are becoming very interested. When I started this sport, people didn't know much about it. I took it to Jos, held games there, a demonstration. I took it all over, even Calabar, all. Anywhere in the body of water, I'm ready to do the demonstration. Anybody in the body of water, not only river alone. So even Taragungo. So these are sports that are now being developed to places. It's known. And of course, you think of how far we've gone. We've gone up to the extent that we've been 4 Olympics. I've taken to 4: London, Rio, Japan, and also France. I've taken athletes there. If athletes are going there, how do you get now at our own Olympic? They are not being. How do you get more people? You can get only more people when you get more representation of competition. But more competition, you get more people to come out, and there are athletes who are ready to come. I can only get Bello. She was just on the waterfront, paddling canoe, and from there she can swim and paddle canoe. I brought her on board, give her the extra talent to make her look simple. Today she's a star in our place, and in Nigeria, in Africa today, we have become a competitive nation, and there are more people can develop into it, and you don't give them the opportunity to do it. But if you don't make only competition, then how do you go into it? But the children always say, "Daddy, you can't go into Olympic, you can't go to national sports festival. What do you do?" No compete. I had to go by probably national open championship to get talent. But there's no compete. How do you get people?
All right, sir. Rear Admiral Festus. Okay. Finish up with your thoughts, sir.
Yes, please. Okay, like I said, I had to develop my own personal competition at my probably FBI Open Championship. That's how we get the development of people. Then I was able to do even African Olympic qualifier in Nigeria, in Jabi Lake. I have the lane which I bought it myself. The Rio Olympic people came and do it for us. I put it there. So you can see that I make sure that this competition goal is well known. But people I don't know how they are restricting it by thought they want to win.
All right, sir. I must say a big thank you to you. And I'm very sure the National Sports Commission, like you said, you've reached out to, will look into this. And we hope that we also have sports where we have comparative advantage, being showcased at the National Sports Festival. We look forward to, a different, a better opportunity whereby these sports can, further be expressed and showcased to Nigeria. But we hope that in the coming days, things will change. Thank you very much for coming through, and thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, away from there, we'll go straight to the world of football in Europe.